why is it so freaking hard to go after your purpose?
Why?
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, this is just me. I feel like if you contributed money, I mean, you do got to learn certain things. You learn as you go. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if I made the sacrifice for like equipment and this and that and all that, then it's like, I feel like the opportunities should just come. If I'm willing to make because the first thing you're willing to, if you're willing to put yourself in a financial hole for your purpose, like, you deserve some payoff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it started out as a hobby at first.
Yeah.
And then it just progressed into that. That's what my thing turned into. Me working on cars, it was a hobby. It was something that I was actually doing with somebody else that was teaching me things that I didn't know, had no idea about. So that became a hobby for me because it was quick money.
Yeah.
All right. So now I got so many tools in my house. It's fucking ridiculous. And I don't really do that much work.
That's the part that's frustrating. Is like, it's like you just don't get the. And then it's like,
I got $5,000 tools at home, and I don't use none of them for, like, I might use one or two of them like a month.
And then it's like you try to get yourself out there where it's like, hey, this is what I do. Give me a chance. Like, that's all it takes. Just give me a chance. This is what I do. You're not going to be disappointed.
And then you come across them ones that want something done that don't want to pay. That don't want to pay.
You get the crabs in a barrel, basically.
Absolutely.
Like, no lie. Literally, I just had a phone call the other day. And they were like, hey, how much do you charge for pictures and things? I said, well, $150.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because you used to charge $100. And I was like, yeah, but that's because I was new. Yeah. Now that I got experience, and because you were a regular, I tried to, like, I didn't charge you what I normally charge for this stuff. I reduced you in half, but you try to haggle.
Right, and that's what you'll get.
So.
And if you start cutting corners for one person, then you feel obligated to do it for another person.
For other people.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You got to set yourself up for where you want to be in life and go that way.
Because the frustrating part is like, these people, they now go think, like, customers and stuff, they now go, oh, if you can't do it for this person, I just don't want it. And then it's like, but you go, times are hard. I ain't gonna lie, times are hard. So that little extra, I'm at that phase of something's better than nothing. But at the same time too, it's like, no, I know my worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you need to like kind of, if they was like, oh, okay, whatever, just, all right, whatever, it is what it is. At some point, they're gonna come back to you because they can't find nobody else to do it for them. Yeah. Or they're gonna get somebody to do it and fuck it up.
But if you, like you said, you know your worth.
Yeah.
So and just like you, know your worth and what you and your trade. If you want to be where you want to be, you can't just. And I have a few other friends like that are good at what they do, but they undersell themselves. You can't be that way. You got to. Right. You got to. If you know what you're worth and you charge this amount of money, or you want this amount for whatever you do, you have to push and go that way. You can't give in, because if you give in, then you're just gonna be in that same rut.
Yeah. So do you guys feel like you know what your purpose is?
I used to think I did.
Yeah, I can pretty much say the exact same, because, I mean...
But see, and I put it this way. Both of you, I used to be able to do, I'm quite a bit older than you guys, but, you do photography and that line of work. You can do podcasts and, all that kind of stuff, so you know what your worth is on that.
And computer skills, and that's way better.
Don't sell yourself short for what you want to do and make yourself farther. You and your art, you got to, if you really want to be serious at it and go and try to make something as a side hustle or
that's
extra money, if you're doing that as side money or whatever, but you think you can actually do something with that, you need to pursue it. But I mean, and keep on and go as far as you can with that. You know, both of you.
But what about you though? Because you were going to say you said I used to, but it's like.
Yeah, I mean, what I wanted to do, I can't do anymore.
Fair enough.
I just physically I'm not able to do it.
Yeah.
But
have you, like I said, have you figured out any alternatives? Because it's like, here's the frustrating part about purpose. It's like like when you feel like you're drawn to something, you focus on just that. But then when it doesn't go the way you want to go, you're like, dang, what do I do now?
Well, and exactly, and
that's what I did for a while. That's why I know so many different things, but I have literally no certification for none of it. But I can literally do better than the actual shop that you take your vehicle to.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's a lot of things that I'm interested in, and I can still do. You know, podcasting.
That little paint artwork you had.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was doing that little paint artwork there for a
you
while.
paint?
Oh yeah, I was doing some spray paint art there for a while.
Would you get back into it?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's all. I don't really have a place that I like to do except for it's outside. So if the weather's not good, then especially in the cold, it's a warm weather thing. You can't be too cold because then the paint doesn't work.
Mm.
So, but yeah, that was fun to do, and I like doing it. I sold a couple things, but.
So what did you paint? What did you paint?
Most of it was like just the spray paint art, like planets.
Like the solar system and stuff.
Yeah, different planets. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, I was showing, and I was doing last year, and I was taking my old, the garden gnomes and that kind of stuff, and redoing that. I did all kinds
of repainting those and doing artistic stuff.
All different designs that there were,
Yeah, he can actually draw pretty good freehanded. Not bad.
But
we got a logo, like a logo.
Yeah, it's little stuff. Hey, but Sean is also
he's small stuff.
Yeah, he's a great artist.
I mean, I can freehand stuff because this Scooby and Shaggy is freehanded, but everything else, when I decided to go ahead and tattoo, I went ahead and got the machine as well to go ahead and print the stencils. That way, I ain't have to do it anymore. But I can still draw. Just have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like
you have to
be in the mood.
You got to be there.
Like here's what I've been doing lately, where it's like, because before I got to doing photography with people, I did a lot of stop motion. So it was like my thing was like just doing stop motion. Now it's like then I transition to people. But with now I'm going back to the old, like where it's like, okay, I'm not really working with people anymore. So now I'm just pulling little figures out the box, putting them together.
It still works.
Stop motion. I would love. I've never seen any of that.
That takes a long time to do.
But I would love to see some of that because I mean, yeah, that's cool. I appreciate the hell out of that stop motion because I grew up.
Producer E, do you mind going to my channel?
Yeah.
Because that was my thing. It was like that was my thing. Like stop motion was like literally just.
Stop motion is like
that. I grew up in the '80s.
Yeah.
And
I didn't grow up in the '80s, but I just watched.
That was great for me. I love stop motion.
Here's my biggest flaw, which is what I need to work on. To this day, I will say I always compare myself to somebody else. No matter what it is, I can't.
You can pull from 1,000 different people, but you don't have to compare yourself.
Oh no! I compare. Listen, I guess because growing up, there was always somebody
that you learn from.
No, better than me. Like somebody there's Rashawn, then there was the guy that we actually want to put front and center.
Yeah, well, I mean that's in anything.
Everything I did, it was always that guy that
you should don't discourage yourself. You got to have that confidence to keep on going. If you love that stuff, keep on doing it, man.
Yeah, so it's like
to be honest with you, I don't think my tattoos are great. So but to everybody else, they look at them like those are fucking awesome.
Like I could do a full-fledged photo shoot, and the person will sit there and go, like, "Oh my God, I love my pictures." I edit them such. Then the second I see somebody doing somewhat the same theme that I did just like crisp, clear, and then it's like boom. I just like I'm my own. Like I'll be honest, I'm my own enemy when it comes to.
Yes, because there's always someone better.
Yeah.
But you always got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you think the greatest person ever? You think all the people that are better than you ever thought the same way?
Oh yeah.
And they kept on going. You got to keep on going.
Yeah.
That's how you get better. That's how you get better in life.
Because and then here's another thing that would bother me is, like, if I tell somebody my fees and such or whatever, and then they don't, but then they'll go to another photographer.
That's fine.
That just like gave them whatever they wanted, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, let's check this out. This is actually my most viewed video.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Superman. I'm liking it.
Okay, look at you.
That's where I stopped, and because I was trying to do like a Marvel DC collide,
right?
And it was
I thought it was like
it was leading up to a big the Avengers.
You definitely left the cliffhanger there. It's like, it was
and then it's like,
listen,
I
don't know how long that took you.
That took you a long time.
Well, I actually got to the point where they wouldn't take long anymore. Like they were like, I could just be like boom, 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 and
you got a talent.
Yo, dude,
and
seriously?
Just think now if you could go back and do that same thing, and then you could do the green screen or stuff behind.
Yeah, I learned that too. Yeah. And it's like, and then I look at my.
I applaud you.
Yo, absolutely.
I applaud you. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
That's I like.
Yo, don't stop reaching for what you're trying to reach for. It's just people.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, you just do what you do, and don't worry about these people that just kind of use your advice to go get it from somebody else, because at the end of the day, it's probably gonna look like shit.
All right, next subject.